Using exponents to find the volume and surface area of a cube. Looking at this cube, we see dimensions of 1/2 of a foot as a length, 1/2 of a foot as a width, and 1/2 of a foot as a height. What formula have we learned that we can use to find the volume of this cube? Volume equals length times width times height. So here we have volume equals 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. Now, using what we know about exponents and looking at this equation, how else can we write this formula? Also keep in mind that the sides of a cube are always going to be equal. We can write volume equals side cubed. Volume equals 1/2 cubed. 1/2 cubed is the same as writing 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. When we solve this, we have 1/2 times 1/2, which is 1/4, and then we times our last 1/2, which gives us 1/8. And our units are feet cubed. And that will be our answer. Moving on to surface area, we know that the area of one square on the cube is base times height. Base times height is the area of this one square. So this can also be written as area equals side squared, because we know that all the sides of a square are equal. Knowing this, how can we write a formula that will give us the area of all the sides of this cube, known as surface area? The surface area formula will be the area of one of the squares, which we know is side squared, multiplied by 6, because we know that a cube has 6 faces that are all equal. So now we can write 6 times 1/2 squared, which will then be written as 6 times 1/2 times 1/2. Again, 1/2 squared is 1/2 times 1/2. And now when we solve, we have 1/2 times 1/2, which is 1/4. And then we have 6 times 1/4, which is 6/4. Now 6/4 can be our answer, or we can also reduce that to 3/2. And our units are feet squared. Our units are in feet squared because we're dealing with area. And that is our answer. In the following video, we will apply what we just learned to a real-world problem.